I was excited about creating within that space, which is the village church. Ever since and I used to visit here before I moved in, I walked in there, and because of my background, I'm going like, ooh, how would I decorate that? How big is the stage? And I would just, it's part of how I imagine. I was asked by Randy Woods in, golly, when was it? February, for the Global Awareness Week for the church. He's been trying to get me involved in a project over there for a while, and he and Pat Dice asked me if I would do an installation over there. Well, I was just really excited about that. And I think once people saw that and saw that I had a grasp of a large space and being able to work with a large space, it was around March 15th that I was asked if I would do get involved with this project. There's a company that produces which scriptures and the teaching materials and the whole concept, and then they provide a source. They're a great source for a lot of the materials to build this and make it happen. So I was confident that I had that backup, and so I said, sure. So with the church, I go, oh. Then there's that big mushroom, and wouldn't that be a cool place to have a little African village? And then we're gonna put the stage up, and and we'll have palm trees, and we'll have this could be really cool to work on. So then I started, what's the budget? I started tallying up, and I'm going, boy, I could spend X amount of dollars in no time. What's my budget? I'm used to working off Broadway with, $150 budget. That's back in the day, back in the 70s. But that's very important because I was always famous for bringing things in under budget. And that's how I made my reputation, part of my reputation in the business. So it's a very generous budget. I was very comfortable with it, but still conservative in my purchases. And then I went, well, let's look around at the resources. I don't know if you're familiar with what a dumpster diver is. I'm not a hoarder, in spite of what you see in my workspace right now. This is not hoarding. This is materials gathered for a purpose. But dumpster diving is about looking around you when you're walking around or driving around and going, oh my goodness, I could use that. Because in the beginning with this design process, it's about gathering as much stuff as I can that I might be able to use. And because it's here now and it might not be here in 2 weeks. And it's like a big puzzle. I mean, that's what creativity, or the way I do it, is. I know I had a concept in my head, then I have to find the pieces that will work within that concept. The concept behind this is it's a big old tough world out there. It's dangerous. There aren't lions and tigers and bears after you on the street or in the store or in the classroom or in your head. There are these other things that are as big as animals, and they roar inside your head. Well, we're going to teach you how to roar back, how to stand up to those voices in your head that are saying, we're going to teach the children to stand up to those voices or stand up to that situation that makes you scared. Learn how to roar back. And so that's what this whole VBS is about. First of all, I've talked about this group.com that puts together this whole concept. And they provide some materials and sort of an overview of how this whole roar thing how it can go together. And so I took the parts that I knew I could, or hoped I could handle to do here. But the first thing that I saw, always back to that, when I was first asked, back to I need to create an African village. That's where the big kubla tree is, and kubla is a word for big. And so these are 8 foot, it's a big, huge 8 foot round. The trunk is 8 foot in diameter. So by the time the leaves and everything get, it's going to be 12 feet. And underneath it are huts. And the huts are built out of, well, how am I going to do the roof of a hut? Let's get one of those umbrellas that are on the porches, or by the pool. You know, the umbrellas that go down through the hole in the middle? Perfect. Well, what are we going to put them in? Oh, let's get carpet tubing. Let's put it in a bucket of cement. And so I had to find 5-gallon buckets. So that was part of fulfilling the dream. But then the concept, there are other givens. The kids have to have a place to have a snack, okay? So with this theme of Roar, it's called the Hungry Herd Cafe. And our kids like a little herd. And they come in and they want to eat immediately. So we're going to have tables set up for them, and they're going to be able to sit down and eat. And then they give a performance. Well, there's a gathering every morning that the theme for the day is presented. So we need a stage. And we don't, you don't put little kids up on a big, huge stage. We build a smaller stage for them, so it's more their scale. And so, okay, I had to figure out how that would look and the best way to, to present that. Children these days, they have video games, they have, a lot of them have been to Disney, or they know about Disney, or they've seen cartoons, and they have wonderful teachers in their classrooms that decorate their classrooms. They have high expectations. And so what I think is going to happen, I think some of the adults are going to be more amazed, but I'm hoping that the adults or the older children will take these counselors, will take them in hand, the younger ones, and guide them around the village and say, wow, isn't this amazing? Because they're seeing it for the first time. They don't know that it isn't there every day. They might say in 2 weeks, Mom, can I go back to that African village you took me to? I liked it there. I mean, but it's like, that's in a way what theater is all about. Theater is there for the moment or a period of time, and it's creating a magical moment, hopefully. But in a stage situation, we always talk about the fourth wall, and that's the audience. So you can put it up on stage, but that fourth wall is those audience, and you don't know whether they're going to clap or boo, and you don't know if they're going to take advantage. You put it out there to the best of your ability.